What is up, guys? It's Sam.Greenslyfox. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Sam. I do houseplant videos here on YouTube. I went on a little bit of a hiatus, but have recently picked back up on being able to share some houseplant care tips with you guys and just sharing my collection. I also do some gardening videos here and there, so if any of that is interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and let's get into this video. So as you may have seen in the last couple of weeks at your local grocery store, they have the Oxalis or Oxalis triangularis available in stores. I have had this plant for a really long time. You may have even seen my video on how to give it a haircut when it goes a little dormant. In my, context of dormancy, I meant like, see this boy? We're gonna cut him down. And when all of the plant starts looking like this, you can cut it flush back to the soil level and it will eventually flush back out to this. There's corms in here, or rhizomes, and they shoot out the stalks that you see and fall in love with, more or less. I've got two varieties in here, the green and the purple. Now, I did pick both of mine up in the grocery store a while ago, and this one's a little bit more gangly. This happens when it's not getting true enough sufficient light. It obviously is trying to stretch for it, but these are phytophilic, meaning they close when they are not exposed to sunlight, and then they open back up when they are looking for the sunlight. So for me, I place my Oxalis in my north-facing window. They're not very picky with their lighting. You could put them in a south-facing window. I just wouldn't do it directly where the sun is going to beat on them. The foliage is fairly thin. It doesn't like to be scorched by direct sunlight, so indirect is always your best bet for most houseplants. A couple videos back, I went over my 2021 wish list of the plants that I would like to pick up as soon as it allowed. Anyway, I got my first houseplant off my wish list, and it came from Michigan Bulbs, and they shipped out just at the beginning of this month because a lot of places have oxalis in the ground. They're shamrocks. You see them similar to clovers that grow invasively on landscapes. In, your grand backyard, you may have seen them. And in some areas, these can withstand a winter and go ahead and just exist in your growing zone. However, mine do best as a houseplant, so that's how I've always kept them. I got a shipment in the beginning of March from Michigan Bulbs, and they are just somebody that I found online that has wholesale options to buy plants from. And being that one of my plants that I was interested in is a iron cross plant. That's the shamrock that has the brown center, where the crossing has an iron cross look appearance, hence its name. There's also a begonia that's fairly similar in looks. However, I got 15 bulbs sent to me that look like this. I will take one out and show you guys a little bit closer. But it looks like this in the packaging. And I wasn't really going to show you this quickly, like I wasn't going to publish this video until I had actually gone ahead and grown them on. But so we're going to go ahead and at least plant them, and then I'll give you guys updates on what it looked like, because being that it's St. Patrick's Day, it kind of was a no-brainer on what to put up. I missed a video last week because I couldn't just decide on a video. I wanted to do several videos, and then I see other plant tubers upload that same video thought you had. Like, I wanted to do a dirt information video. Good and Planty did that. I wanted to do a hanging plants video. Harli did that. So some of my ideas, although they may be similar, our plants are completely different. So if those are things you still want from me, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I'll still link the videos that I just mentioned. But for this Iron Cross Oxalis. The plant bag says to plant 3 to 4 inches deep and 3 to 4 inches apart. Oh, I do have scissors with me. Snip the top open here and I can at least show you what they look like before I go and do the overhead footage. So this is what one of them looks like, which is way different than a Oxalis triangularis rhizome or corm. So these, I'm imagining like a tulip bulb, are placed with this down and this pointing up, and then the stalk would shoot up from here, and they take about 2.5 to 3 weeks to at least start to sprout, but usually flowers come within a month afterwards, and they have these really nice pink dark magenta flowers, and the purple ones cast a purple like light lavender flower, both very pretty. I really like them. I think they're just very easy, low maintenance plants. I'm gonna pop up their little receipt that I made for you guys after I show you. You can kind of see them here. They're not soft, they're not soggy, they are very nice quality. So I'm more than likely just gonna put these in one single pot and let them do their thing. Oh, there was one in the bag, so if you count as 14, I promise there's 15. One may have went under my bed. Maybe there is only 14. So base temperature for taking care of your oxalis, it's usually happy anywhere between 60 and 80 degrees. Ideally, it likes the same temperatures that you're normally comfortable in. It is very versatile in the window that you put it. I've seen a lot of people say they put it in their southwest facing window. I've seen a lot of people say they put it in their north facing window. I've seen a lot of people say that they put it outside. Some of the comments that were left on my dormancy video, there's a lot of good tips, so I'll make sure I link that video below. It's a bit old. It's still worth watching though. And as far as watering goes, these are pretty forgiving as far as letting them dry out and then being rewatered again. As long as that rhizome doesn't completely shrivel up and die underneath the dirt, there's always some spark of life left in these plants. I wouldn't really say humidity is a very big factor in taking care of healthy oxalis because they kind of just exist in the same type of situation you do. If it's humid where you are, they're gonna do okay. If it's dry where you are, they're still gonna do okay. They're a pretty easygoing plant. I would probably recommend them as a beginner plant for anyone because you could be a little hands-on and fussy with them. You can accidentally pull one out and then learn from your mistake if you pull the rhizome out and then learn to cut your stems. I know a couple of people have more of a tendency to want to touch their plant a lot or feel for wetness in the soil. As long as the soil isn't bone dry and it's gotten to that rhizome, you're okay. You can go ahead and water it, and as soon as that rhizome is quenched again, it's gonna shoot out another stalk. They're pretty resilient. The only times I've ever fertilized these plants is maybe every other year around springtime, you know, as the seasons change, right around now really. And it's nothing that I would overdo, usually just either some granules at the top because it is kind of similar to an outdoor plant as well as an indoor plant. Anything like a general fertilizer that is water soluble would probably work just fine. I don't think that you're gonna over fertilize the plant if you go ahead and fertilize it more than I do. It should be okay. Alright, I got it planted, potted, covered in its little green pot, watered in, and we are keeping it on the plant stand just to keep an eye on things. This way it gets good sun and I'll be able to check in on it. Also, sneaky peek at the next video. If you enjoyed today's video or found any of it helpful, go ahead and consider subscribing. I am trying to grow my channel back up because I went on hiatus a little early, right when, you know, plant tubing was starting to take off because I have commitment issues. But here I am. Please join me. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.